What's going on, guys? Back at you again for another episode. This time we're looking at the latest when it comes to what they are doing, and when we speak about them we're talking about the hedge funds. So what are the hedge funds doing and what's going on their end of things? That's what we're covering here. If it sounds good, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, but remember, as always, this isn't financial advice. Come to your own conclusions, do your own research, but please do share the videos and like so that we can help to get the word out there even more. So we're going to jump straight into this one, and we're going to come over here and have a look at this. So this one's coming from Rond Buddy. It's been posted 2 hours ago, and it's speaking about Gary. So if Gary Gensler is really trying to do the right thing, basically, and succeeds, he will be a legendary, quote-unquote, rock star. And it's talking about the fact that he could do anything without consequences almost. The amount of street credit and ape protection he would have would be insane. And this is in regards to I would expect the most recent changes that we are seeing. We've seen a few things which do kind of point to the fact that the SEC are kind of taking action. I mean, it's not the most important, it's not the biggest actions that they could have taken, but yes, we've seen a few small things which could be pointing to bigger things to come in the future, who knows. But that's just a bit of theory, and there we go. Now let's go on to the main piece for the video, and this is going to be this over here. It's coming from Lucky Dodge 88, who posted this one 5 hours ago, and there's a repost from this user, and it says this: AMC, bottom line, when the Fed reduced interest rates back in 2020, it allowed for increased borrowing by funds to leverage with. That, along with businesses struggling due to the pandemic, those people saw an opportunity to exploit the market and get greedy rich by shorting some small cap stocks down to nothing and bankrupting them. And of course, in that time period, everybody would just think these bankruptcies were unfortunate casualties of the pandemic. And nobody really would think otherwise, and I've been speaking about this one before, especially with AMC. I think before you actually end the reading of this article, that point, about these being casualties of the pandemic, I think it's something that they're trying to make be the case, or at least look like it is the case with AMC, because we know that AMC is actually doing well fundamentally, but on the price action front, things are not looking too good. And I think what they're going to try and say, especially from about January, the beginning of January, they're going to say that the markets haven't been performing well, and that the movie theatres are dying as a whole, so AMC is going down, when in reality we know that is not the case. And I think that's going back to what this individual says. The companies may have been in a poor place, but they weren't necessarily going bankrupt until they were sent that way by the hedge funds. Anyway, the next piece says, so then GME happened, and it caught them off guard and blew up in their face. At that point, they were already looking at crippling losses, so they started shorting and leveraging mid-cap stocks. They are so over-leveraged that they will do anything now to manipulate the market and maintain margin requirements so that they do not lose. Now, not only are we holding for the squeeze, but they are literally being squeezed out of the market. So relax, hold, buy more, and enjoy the show. That's a really good piece right there, because like I said, it covers a lot of things that we have been speaking about on the channel for some time. It basically talks about the fact that they are doing everything that they can to stay afloat at the minute, and they are so close potentially to not being able to do that. And I think as well, tying that back into what we're seeing both with AMC but also the wider market, I think that's why the manipulation right now is so obvious, because the discrete manipulation of bringing this one down by like a penny at a time, or 2%, something in that region, I think that is not really going to buy them the time that they need anymore, so they had to go really hard again to try and get people to sell AMC, but also in the wider markets with other stocks potentially as well. So do not forget that when you're thinking about the tactics, because they are probably in a much worse place than we are, and that's what we should all remember. Now, there's one more interesting piece that I want to share with you, and that is this. It's coming from the user PM Me Your Worryment, who posted, "Really? There are shills again trying to divide the two most shortest stocks. Like, again, I thought we have been over this. If y'all are upvoting the post trying to purposely cause more division and talk rubbish basically about GameStop and Superstonk, in the same profile history, make similar comments towards the sub of AMC, then you need to learn to verify who is talking." Because that is true, we do not necessarily know who is doing this. And as I spoke about this morning, the difference between AMC and GME, they're different stocks, but obviously on top of that, they are fighting for the same thing. Now, when we're talking about stuff like Wall Street Bets, I think it is true that there are a lot of shills on there, as the user does comment. Shills have been here as well, as we know. And of course, the mainstream media and news sites, they're clearly against us, and they don't like us, so it's clearly a shill factory, as this user says. So, to sum things up of what I'm trying to say, I spoke about this in detail this morning, but I think right now it is coming to a point where they're doing everything that they can. And especially when it comes to the mainstream media, we need to be careful who we listen to, because it doesn't take too much digging to have a look and see who they are supported by, and sometimes it is actually the same hedge funds that are known to be shorting AMC, so be very careful as to who you listen to. As I always say, guys, do your own research and make sure you rely on that research, come to your own conclusions, be very careful as to who you believe, and if you are going to at least follow anybody else's ideas, make sure you use them as only a secondary source of information. Do not take them as your only source of data, as you do not know who they are and what their personal beliefs or agendas are as well. So, it's been a relatively short one for you guys, but I hope you did enjoy. More's coming at you in a bit, so goodbye. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.